Hey y'all, how's it going? That was so country. So I've been meaning to sit down and make some sort of introduction video for my channel for a hot minute, and I keep forgetting to do it because I suck. But I saw this crochet tag that's been going around pretty recently of a tag from the Faded Wallflower Crochet, I'm pretty sure is her name. And it's like 10 questions to like get to know you and like your history with crocheting and like your favorite and least favorite things to make and whatever. And I thought it was really fun. I've watched a couple people who have done this video and I just think it's really fun. I think it will pretty much cover all the bases that I wanted to cover in an introductory video anyway. So we're going to do it. I was not tagged, but we're going to do it anyway because it's the internet and I can do what I want. Yay. You want to do this tag, please feel free to do it. You can say that I tagged you if you want to. I have no YouTube friends, so I have nobody to tag anyway. So if you see this and you want to do it, go for it, because I don't know who else to tag anyways. Yay! Like I said, this is a tag from the Faded Wallflower Crochet. I will leave her information on the screen and down below, and I will also leave the questions in the description if you're interested. So go check out her video. I might leave some videos from some other people that I've watched who have also done this tag down below as well. So if you're interested, you can check any of those out. And without further ado, let's get started. If this is your very first time ever seeing me and you have absolutely no idea who the heck I am, first of all, hi, nice to meet you. Second of all, I'm so sorry. My name is Allison. I am a full-time crochet artist and content creator based in Columbia, South Carolina. I primarily make my money by selling plushies at markets across the Southeast. For me, that's typically both of the Carolinas and Georgia, at least for now. I do a lot of different types of conventions, but the main ones that I do are like spooky alternative conventions. I do a lot of like punk rock flea markets, oddity shows, things like that. I also do a lot of pride events, especially this time of year. I am constantly doing pride stuff, and especially in my community. So I love doing pride stuff, and I will do pride markets at any chance I get. They're some of my favorites to do. And then I also do a lot of like nerdy weeby markets. So I do a lot of like anime cons, comic cons, things like that. So I mostly sell to spooky people, goth bitches, gay people, weebs and nerds, and sometimes all of them. And at our tables, we also offer a small selection of candy singles that my girlfriend and I both make. I do run my small business full time. Lavender Bun Crochet is my business. This is my baby. I run this business full time, and this is my only source of income. I started my business in 2023 in the summer. I started my business with the encouragement of my girlfriend and my family, mostly because I had always wanted to sell my crochet stuff, but I was too scared. My girlfriend and my family really pushed me and encouraged me to do it, so I did it, and this is my full-time job now, which is crazy! From August to December of 2023, I worked full-time and also ran my business full-time while doing markets and prepping and all of that. And then in January of 2024, I decided not to renew my contract with my job at the time, and I jumped into doing Lavender Bun full time. So I've been running my business for about 2 years now. It's been about 1.5 of it being full time, which is craziness, and I still can't believe this is my job and I get to do this every day. I feel so lucky that this has ended up working out good for me and that I can pay my bills by playing with yarn all day. I just think it's so cool and it's so fun. I am so grateful that people support me enough to want to buy my plushies. The initial motivation behind starting my business and being able to go full time with it was to help deal with some of my chronic illness issues that I have. I suffer from a lot of migraines. I get a lot of like headaches and things. And I've got some like joint problems and things like that. So being able to work for myself has really been just like amazing, with being able to take time off when I need to and like listen to my body and not have to worry about like taking too many PTO days or whatever. I think that's really all you need to know. But anything else that is fun and interesting about me, let's see here. I am 27 years old. I turned 28 in early August. I am a Leo. I'm actually a triple fire sign. I am a Leo Aries, if that's interesting to you. My girlfriend says I am the most Virgo human being they have ever met. I live with my girlfriend and we have a house together. we have a small zoo of animals that we live with. We have 2 cats, a dog, and 3 bunny rabbits, who are the logos slash mascots for my branding. I think I've covered everything that's actually interesting, so let's get into the tag questions. The tag is 10 questions, and then there's a bonus question for content creators that I will answer at the end. So let's get started. The first one is, how did you learn to crochet? Simple answer is YouTube. I just kind of taught myself how to crochet by watching a bunch of different YouTube videos, but let's get into the more extended answer, shall we? I have always been a crafty gal. I have always been interested in different crafts and doing artsy things, and I have always loved to make and create. My crochet journey, I guess, started in like middle school, I would say, with loom knitting actually. So if you remember, they still sell them, but like you can see them at the stores. They're like plastic. They make like rectangle ones and circle ones, and then there are these weird like figure 8 shaped ones that you're supposed to be able to like make blankets on. I never had any of that. I did have a bunch of the square ones and the round ones and things like that. You were supposed to be able to knit by wrapping yarn around the pegs, lifting the bottom loop over the top, and you could make hats and scarves and whatever have you. And I was really into that in like late middle school, early high school. I used to make my friends hats and scarves and things like that. And then one day I decided to try to start making more like plushy type things on it. So I ended up making, it was for a birthday gift for my best friend at the time. I made her a little David Tennant Doctor Who doll, the 10th Doctor, and I made it all on the loom knitting machines, the like little plastic things. And I just freehanded it. I just kind of made it up myself. And I think he turned out really cute. I really am still proud of him. It was one of the first things that I made like by myself that I was like, oh, this is so cool. I did also try to make a creeper for my brother after that, which did not go quite as well, mostly for the shaping of the creeper, but that's okay. But yeah, I started getting really interested in making like more intricate things after I made that doll for my friend. And I tried to teach myself how to knit for real, and I could not figure it out. I don't know if I just like wasn't coordinated enough or what. Honestly, I still can't knit. I'm going to be so real with you. I've still tried. I cannot figure it out. I don't know. Maybe it's like the style of knitting that I was doing. I don't know, but like holding the needles and also the yarn and everything and trying to like maneuver everything, I was just having such a hard time with it, and I still do. So I still can't knit, but I can crochet. After my failed knitting attempts on YouTube, I started looking into crocheting instead, and I picked that up pretty quick. So I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos, taught myself how to crochet that way. I started out with like more simple things, scarves, dishcloths, things like that. But over the years, I've gotten a little bit more confident in what I can make, and I now make pretty much everything. After like the scarves and dishcloths and stuff like that, I graduated to more like complicated, like wearable pieces, but I still was too scared to branch out into doing like actual plushy stuff. I did a couple projects in acrylic for like Ami, but honestly, I just really didn't like the way it felt on my hands. And at the time, there wasn't like as readily of a selection of like soft, good quality, like fluffy yarns to make soft plushies with. So the Bernat blanket they had in the store was like super gross feeling, and I didn't want to touch it. So I ended up just kind of sticking with clothes for a while. Over the years, I kind of slowly started discovering like Parfait Chunky and other like soft chenille yarns at like Michael's and things, and that's when I really got into making plushies. And when I knew I wanted to like start selling my stuff, I knew I wanted to focus more on the plushies anyway, because like I'm a plushie person and I love stuffies and stuffed animals. So I knew that was what I wanted to do, even though that's what a lot of other people are doing. I still wanted to do that because it brought me joy, and I wanted to bring joy to other people. Short answer is YouTube. I'm so sorry. That was so long-winded. The second question is, what is your favorite thing to crochet? And for me, I mean, it's obviously plushies. I love making plushies. I do. I think specifically if I had to pick something, I think it would be clown-themed plushies. I am a sucker for clown aesthetics. I don't know what it is. I love clown stuff. I do. I don't know why, but I love clowns. So any sort of like clown themed plushie I just get so excited about making. I've done clown cats, I've done clown bunnies, I've done a clown possum, I've done just like clowns themselves, and those are definitely my favorite things to make. Question 3 is, if you could only use one yarn for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I had to think about this for a while because I really like using different yarns for different things. But assuming that I could only use one thing for the rest of my life and I had to use it for making wearables and also for plushies, I think I'm going to go with like a posh type yarn. I really love how the like smaller plush yarns look when you make plushies with them. I know that they're more time consuming than using the like big blanket yarn, but honestly, I think I would go with like a posh. Not parfait chunky because it sheds too bad, but like a posh, I think, is what my answer is. As you can see, I am a big fan. Question 4 is, what is the weirdest thing you've ever crocheted? Honestly, I did not have an answer for this one. I spent a long time like sitting there and looking back through the archives of things that I have made and all the patterns I have and like pictures of things I've made before and just like trying to see like what I have that would be considered weird by other people's standards. It's kind of hard because I do a lot of like oddity shows and like alternative spaces where like I think things that are normal there are maybe considered weird to the general public, but like that's just kind of my normal. So like I was trying to figure out if any of that would qualify, like cryptids or possums or like anything like that, but I ended up asking my girlfriend. And so my girlfriend has an answer and I have an answer. So my girlfriend's answer is from my very first market that I ever made. It was one of the first things that I made to sell, and it was this little acrylic crocheted froggy chair from Animal Crossing. I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. It is one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. It always has been. And I love a good froggy chair. I really do. My girlfriend says that is the weirdest thing I have officially ever crocheted. I don't know if I agree. I think if we're going in the same vein of like it just kind of being niche, I did also crochet a squeakoid from Animal Crossing, which did take a while to sell, but I did also crochet that. I personally think the weirdest thing I've ever crocheted is I made a brat sea slug because I had just gotten the new neon green posh. It's the green, this one right here, the like new neon green. It's not the first neon green they released, it's the second one. When I got that yarn, that was the first thing I thought of was like, oh my god, brat green. And then I was making sea slugs because I was market prepping for a different show, and I said, oh my god, I'm gonna make a brat slug. So it was just a neon green slug, and I just wrote brat on the back in like acrylic embroidery, which like I thought was so funny. I don't know, I was dying. I thought it was so funny. Did it make any sense? No. Did it sell immediately when I put it out at my next market? Yes. I guess somebody else got my vision, but I kind of think that's the weirdest thing I've ever made. But I don't know. Y'all be the judge. Y'all tell me what you think. Question 5 is, what is something you will never crochet? Like you will never make? I'm going to start fights on the internet because my answer is chicken nuggets. I think they are so stupid, the crocheted chicken nuggets. They don't look like anything. I understand if you want to make like a dino chicken nugget, that's got like a shape to it. I get that. But like just regular crocheted chicken nuggets, they just look like blobs. Like there's nothing to them. They look so dumb. And like I get that people love them. I just personally think they're so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the chicken nugget lovers out there. You made dino nuggies. That's a different story. Or like the Impossible Wild nuggies. We can do those. We can do shaped chicken nuggets. But otherwise, they're just blobs. And it's so dumb. Question 6 is, where do you get your inspiration from? I get mine from a lot of different places. I do a lot of scrolling on Instagram. I follow a lot of other crocheters on Instagram, and I also follow just a lot of other artists on Instagram, and I really love seeing what everybody else is making and getting up to. I'm also inspired a lot by like media that I consume. So like, I just recently watched Suzume for the first time, and like, yeah, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I'm gonna make this little cat. Oh my god, Daijin is so cute. I'm gonna make this little cat. So like, a lot of like anime, TV, video games, stuff like that. And also just kind of my own brain, I guess. I've had a lot of just kind of random ideas over the years that I have made, and I don't know. I popped in my head and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be fun. I'm gonna make that. And it's not really like I've seen anything. It's just like a random thought I've had that I'm like, yeah. But yeah, I'd say primarily it's like media that I'm consuming, other artists, and also my own interests and whatever's going on up here in the noggin. Question 7 is, what is your favorite thing that you have crocheted this year so far? And I do have a definitive answer for this one. For my I think it was my third market of the year. It was a Valentine's Day themed market here in Columbia called Y'all Mart. I made this really cute love core clown cat with like pinks and reds, made out of the Juicy Couture yarn, which she was so soft and she was so cute. I've made a couple iterations of these clown cats before, but this one was definitely my favorite. We're getting to the end here, y'all, so we only have a couple more questions. Question 8 is, what plans do you have that you're excited about for the future? Honestly, I am just really excited to be making content. I know that's really silly, but like I have been having so much fun with my YouTube channel and just like making content, starting a YouTube channel and just like kind of sharing some like stuff about being a like crochet business owner and like making friends online and stuff like that, being part of a community and all that. I'm also really excited to like talk about some of the markets that I have coming up later in the year and also start applying for markets for next year. Always have to be like 3 steps ahead when it comes to markets. And so I pretty much already have most of my 2026 schedule booked out, which is insane to think about, but like realistically, there are only so many markets I can do in a year since I am hand making everything that like I can't be like all the other artists, alley girlies, be doing markets all the time and like back to back weekends and things like that. It's just like not gonna happen. Not to be like, I'm not like other girls. It's just I physically cannot crochet that much without perhaps needing surgery on my arm. So we will not be doing that. We are taking care of ourselves and stretching and resting. I have a couple really exciting conventions that I'm hoping to apply and get accepted to. And I'm just really excited to also like continue filming those and like vlogging at shows, maybe like create some more vlog style content. I don't know. I'm just really excited to like make content and to kind of share the like goings on of my business behind the scenes with you guys. I just think it's really fun. Number 9 is, what is the worst thing about crocheting to you? That I can't do it all the time. I do actually think that's my answer though. I genuinely wish that I could crochet more than I can currently. I love crocheting. I have been doing it for a very, very long time. But yeah, it's like so important to rest and stretch and take breaks. And I have connective tissue problems. I have problems with my joints. I have to like be really mindful of like stopping to take breaks and to rest. Crochet is addicting. I tell this to literally everybody that I talk to who asks me about it, but like it is so calming to me at this point because I've been doing it for so long that like I don't have to look at my stitches. It is honestly more like a fidget to me now than it is more than like anything else. I constantly want to be sitting there and crocheting and like having yarn in my hands. And when I'm not doing it, like I do miss it, but I just physically cannot crochet 24/7. And then the last question 10, is, what is your favorite thing about crocheting? I love that I get to make things with my own 2 hands. I think a lot of the times we kind of overlook it, but it is just so cool to me that I can take a ball of yarn with some string and I can turn it into a plushie. I just think that is so cool. At risk of sounding cheesy, I like stitch everything with love, and I really am just so happy and so grateful that I get to do this for work and that this is my job and this is what pays my bills. and getting to see people get excited about the stuff that I make and get excited to like take it home and to buy it. It really makes me happy, and I love getting to talk to everybody that I meet at these conventions. Everybody that I've met has always been super nice and like really appreciates my craft and what I do, and like I just think it's so cool. And I'm so grateful and I'm so lucky. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a little like yarn wizard over here. I just like turn strings into things, and I just think that's so cool. That is officially the end of the crochet creator tag, but there was a bonus question for content creators. So, bonus question was, what is your favorite and least favorite things about being a crochet content creator? So, let's speed run it. We're going to start with the bad, I guess. So, my least favorite things about being a content creator, I hate Instagram. Okay. I hate how consistent you have to be with the algorithms in order to be seen on the internet. When it's 100 degrees outside, I don't want to be outside taking pictures of my plushies to make little reels and TikToks and things. Like, I don't want to do it. Making sure that I like constantly have like pictures and videos and that everything is edited and ready to go. And like, I have content to upload places, and then remembering to like get all of my tags right and make sure that like I have everything, like scheduled out, or like, okay, I've run out of like pre-existing reels. I need to take a bunch of stuff outside and like make a bunch more reels. Can I re-edit this video to like make it a different reel or whatever? I did a lot of social media work in college for the like on-campus jobs that I had, and I kind of thought my days of that were over, but I guess not. But it is like self-inflicted. But my favorite thing gives me a chance to connect with other people, and I have made some really good friends over on Instagram. I've met some really cool people at markets, and I am so grateful for everybody that I've met, all of my like crochet friends and crafty friends and things like that. I just think it's so cool that like it brings us together, especially people who work with like different yarn mediums than I do. I just think it's really cool to get to like connect with them and talk with them, and we talk about like how much we hate what yarn the other person uses and things like that. Okay, well, y'all, that is everything that I have to talk to you about today. That is the crochet creator tag with the bonus question answered. Like I said, I will leave the original creator and all of the questions in the description below. If you are interested, feel free to go ahead and check out her video or do the tag for yourself. If you see this, consider yourself tagged and you want to do it, just go for it. Let me know if you do. I would love to watch it. I am still pretty new to the YouTube space, and I am looking to make some friends over here. So I'm having fun making content over here, but I would like to connect with some people. So if you end up doing this tag, please let me know, and I would love to go watch it. I hope you enjoyed this non-market vlog video. Let me know if you want to see more like chatty content from me, or if you'd like to see more of just kind of like a casual vlog. Please let me know. I am still new to YouTube and trying to figure out what I like to make, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I do want to expand my content a little bit. So let me know if there's anything you want to see from me in the future, and if you're interested, please feel free to hit the buttons, stick around. I'd love to have you, and yeah. Until next time, stay safe. Be safe out there, be kind to each other, and I will see you later. Bye!